Alright, we have made it to Varshahn, where the continuation of the Endwalker epilogue main story will take place. Before we do though, a bit of a point to make. A new Ethernet shard has been added at the east end of Varshahn at the High Crucible. This was an area that we have been able to go to before on multiple occasions, but it did not have an Aetherite. But it does now. So we can now use it, because I get the feeling that we may need to come back here later on. Just a little idea and thought that I have that likely will come to pass, but now that you know about it, let's say we head on over to Megaduta, because that is where the main story will resume. Alright, we have arrived at Megaduta, and Varshahn is ready to go on a journey that he's been waiting to take for a very, very long time, and trying to be reunited with his sister dragon Azhdaya. Of course, Varshahn is the human alternate form of Vitra, the satrap of Varshahn, and while Vitra will be sticking around here, his human form will be heading off to a place where Azhdaya went. A place that has been mentioned before, especially in Shadowbringers, if you followed the Colonel Virtue storyline enough, as well as in Heavensward, if you follow the story of the Warring Triad. We're going to be heading to a void that will link us to the 13th world. So, shall we get started on patch 6.2's main story? I know I am. Let's go ahead and speak with Vitra, aka Varshahn. Getting a lot of face from someone's bikini. Yeah. Does this qualify as NSFW? Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the level 90 quest, the first for the main story of patch 6.2, entitled In Search of Azhdaya. Varshahn has glad tidings to share.
Ah, excellent timing, Rika. Just a moment ago, I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with the reinforced warding scales. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating an artificial Atmos. All is in readiness for our journey to the Void. I have instructed our comrades to gather at the Great Work. Let us head there at once.
Alright, we will see you there. Off to the Great Work we go. So, in the midst of this throng of humanity, we find Ishtola, and she's all ready to go. She's been doing her part in bringing the Atmos to life, and of course doing that experimentation with the Void with her fancy little Nixies. So, let's go ahead and speak with her and see what she has to say. And joined by Estenian, and Varshahn is here too.
There you are, Rika.
And there's the little Atmos they were talking about.
I present to you the fruits of the alchemist's labor, the artificial Atmos.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Though I've yet to put it to the proof, its ether is practically identical to that of the original. A truly remarkable feat in so short a time.
You can see this thing's bouncing around, and its mouth, as it were, is pulsing.
Ah, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Varshahn.
Yeah, let's have a look around, shall we?
I would express my gratitude to Nidhana, but it appears she isn't here. She rushed off after bringing the Atmos to attend to a pressing task, but said that she would return ere we set forth.
And so?
Which should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with the warding scales.
Did someone say warding scales? Because it just so happens we have them. Hey there, Sid, Nero, Biggs, and Wedge. How are all of ya? Good to see ya. Yeah, we have happy music for their arrival.
Right on cue. 'Tis good to see you all again. But for the President himself to attend, keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you?
Clearly. You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we come along and see you off, I hope. It's thanks to these three that we could finish the work so quickly. 'Twas my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. That's so, Nero. The scales are lost a good 10 years in the void with nary a hint of degradation. With a smirk on his face, no less. As the ones who did the actual reinforcing, we guarantee their quality as well. They'll keep you safe. So yeah, what exactly does Nero do for Garland Ironworks? Yeah, hey Wedge, Tataru isn't here this time.
But enough bragging, here are the scales!
Yeah, there you go, Varshahn. So as we have a look around.
With these, we can search my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you.
Don't mention it. Midgard Silmir came to our rescue in the rift. It's the least we can do to help his children. And of course, he's referring to if you went to go and do the Omega challenges over in Stormblood.
Thank you.
Definitely a lot of happiness on him. Well, my friend, the only regret is that I won't be able to accompany you on this latest grand adventure. Yeah, you've got work to do because Jesse's gonna keep your nose to the grindstone. Meanwhile, yeah, Nidhana's calling because here she comes! Here she comes lumbering in.
Nidhana, is aught the matter? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there is something we wish to present to you.
Oh, is that so?
Will you please come with me? You will not delay us without a good cause. Very well. Forgive me, my friends, but I require a moment.
Do what you gotta do there, Varshahn, and you too there, Nidhana. And so away they go. And so, later that night... Yeah, I'm talking with, Estenian, isn't it? He's certainly taking his time. What sort of grand present could take so long to receive? Yeah, what could it be? The kind that'll help him in the void, I presume. Yeah, in a situation like that, you can never be too careful. In that God's forsaken place, he'll need all the help he can get. But you of all people ought to know that, eh? Yeah! Like, you have to bring that up, huh? I mean, it was 7 years ago. 7 years and 4 previews of light. And so, later still... We've all been talking it up, and heck, even members from the Radiant Host have now arrived. And some of the alchemists are also chatting it up with us. And there's Nabdeen, the leader of the Radiant Host Guard.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Oh, who's this?
Vritra, I presume.
Yeah. That's what he said. Remember that Varshahn is the alternate human form, as it turns out.
Indeed. This vessel now serves as a host for my eye.
Yeah. Little Varshahn is all grown up.
I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency. We spared no effort in crafting the body, and I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both.
Yeah, you'll notice the thing that is on his back is a shield, and he also has a sword on him, too.
'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
There
We
is
made
not
the
to
most of it.
forgive. I am grateful for this fine vessel. and shall put it to good use.
Yeah, and of course, now that he's an adult, he has a much deeper voice. Yeah, look at that shield.
Again, I ask that you watch over Radzatan in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Voidsent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass.
You got the best in the business to work alongside. I love it.
So, think only of your mission, Varshahn. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Oh, really?
Nay, Varshahn shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Varshahn, and best of luck.
So how will he do in his debut in his new adult form? We certainly seem to be happy about this.
I have something for you as well.
Oh, you do? And what will that be?
While you were gone, Urianger paid us a visit. As you may
Oh.
recall, he joined us on our foray into Arzadar's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits.
That's right.
Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault. As a
And
token
so?
of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Urianger.
And what's that? A crystal?
Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon.
That thing still has use?
The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the Void.
I can agree with that assessment.
And who better to bear Heidelin's gift than her chosen champion?
Of course. Yeah, well, think about it. And then agree to the terms. Yeah, put it in your back pocket. Although kimonos don't have pockets. So let's do an assessment of everything here.
If there is nothing left to this, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
Alright then. Need Hana's pumped. As we prepare for departure. Away we all go. They bid us farewell here at the Great Work. Let's get to where we need to be. And so, upon our arrival, yeah, you might remember this particular spot as where we went to go to Oswaldal's legacy back in 6.1. Let's speak with Radiant. The Satrap and your fellows have already departed for the vault. Are you ready to set forth? Indeed we are. Let's go. And so upon our arrival, let's go and speak with Varshahn. Yeah, I always like this music. It always creates the perfect level of suspense. So the Radiant Host and the Ironworks Soul present and accounted for. Alright, Varshahn.
I shall now lift the seal.
I guess he can still do that even though he's now wearing a new body, as it were.
In the name of Al-Zadal III, I cast open this door unto the void!
And so the fancy ribbons go away again, and the lid is once again lifted. And there it is. There's the little hole to the void. And now over here.
Go. Absorb the Void Gate.
Yeah, that's what the Atmos' purpose is for. So she warps it over there. And then the Atmos goes ahead and does its thing. And as it does so, look how big it's getting. It's growing and growing. I guess it needs to in order to allow Soul to be able to fit in properly. And now it takes the place of the little thing that was once there, and now a proper sized gate is within its mouth.
It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
Just make sure, Radiant Host, that you do your thing. We're all set to go. Everyone seems to be satisfied with this.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
Yeah.
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. Hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area. The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands.
That's a lot of
In
expectations.
the event
Konami.
of battle, I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Should we require healing, I can provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
You have been wreaking a lot of havoc. Would a change in wardrobe also be coming with this? And of course, us Dragoons will do what we need to do.
Take heart, my friends, and have faith. We will brave this broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
We'll do what we can there, Varshahn. It's quite a big mouth, isn't it? And it gives us the place where we need to go. Because, for the first time in Final Fantasy XIV history since the launch of A Realm Reborn, a dungeon for the main story of a patch of an epilogue or a trial is now put in the very first quest. This has never happened before in Final Fantasy XIV history, and so I was shocked when they decided, let's just go ahead and put the main story dungeon in quest number 1 for this patch. That was quite a shock to know that we're getting this so soon. We're not building up to it, we're just going right into it. And so, knowing that we have these 3 accompanying us will be quite useful. But of course, I'll be going with a regular party, as I usually do, so we'll be back in a moment and adjust ourselves to battle, and then we will go ahead and take on the Fell Court of Troya.